Hi, Sabah, and welcome to Film Fair Middle East.
Thank
Lovely
you so
to
much,
be talking to you.
Akanksha.
We've seen the trailers. It's looking very exciting. Crime Beats on Z5 Global.
Thank-
Wow.
Thanks so much.
Exciting new space for you too.
Yes, of course. Very excited. It's a edge of the seat kind of thriller, and we're really excited to bring it to Z5 Global and for the world to see it. Yeah, it's a interesting show because it's a take on investigative journalism in a way that no one's ever seen it before. And of course, it's a Sudhir Mishra show, and I'm working with Saqib after 14 years. So it's a lot of fun.
Amazing. Sabah, I find you very fascinating as an artist because uh, I want to know, like, do filmmakers ever kind of find you where to kind of fit you in? Because, there's so much of diversification, there's so much versatile energy to you.
You've actually pressed a nerve, just the perfect nerve. It's so often I'm told exactly this, that we don't know what to do with you. We don't know where to fit you. But I've heard that before. I've heard that before. But I think, the good part of living right now, being alive right now, being an artist right now is that multi hyphenated artists now have a space to kind of explore all their craft. And we're not no longer in the generation that said that do that one thing and do it really well. And so the meaning of jack of all trades has totally changed. It's a positive now. Everybody looks at it as a positive now. And I'm just happy that I live in a world where I can make a living out of the things that I love doing, be it music, be it cinema, be it direction, playback, voiceover. I love it. I'm just so thankful.
Amazing. And you're juggling all the hats so beautifully. Like you're really acing in all of them.
Thanks.
When I saw the trailer of Crime Beat, and I was wondering what made you say yes to it, because obviously it's a very interesting space, playing an investigative journalist. But then I saw the name Sudhir Mishra and I was like, there. Was it the same for you?
There were multiple reasons for signing on to Crime Beat. I mean, of course, Sudhir Mishra being one of the biggest reasons, like only a fool would say no to Sudhir bhai. I think the novel, the script is based on The Price You Pay by Somnath Bhattacharya is an excellent piece of fiction, and it's kind of inspired by his life. So it's not entirely fiction. It's kind of taking from that book, and the script was amazing. Sudhir Mishra is a part of it. It was based in investigative journalism. It was something I hadn't done before. The show I'd done right before this is a very light-hearted kind of comedy about women's sexual health and a social issue. But it's really like, funny and kind of on the nose and cute. And so I really wanted to do something gritty. And not just that, not only was it gritty, it also had my friend Saqib in it, and we haven't worked together in 14 years. So it was like, oh, hell yeah, there is so many things aligning in a wonderful way. And I was like, yes, I'm in.
Right. But this is something that as an artist, when you have so many creative channels to kind of put yourself and express yourself out, do you kind of sometimes find it a little, like especially when you come from a background of, say, theater, or do you prefer one platform or one medium over the other? Like, music is a different ball game altogether.
And then, you said it, actually. You said it. You said that it's a totally different ball game altogether. So it's like saying it's like comparing two things that are so different. So I never want to choose between anything, and I never have to choose between anything. I think it's worked out in like this beautifully choreographed dance where if I'm not shooting something, a lot of gigs happen. And if I'm not doing a lot of gigs, a lot of projects happen back to back. So far, it's been really easy to juggle. It's not been a problem. And if ever there's a time where I have a gig on the same day as I have a shoot, then I'll finish my shoot and I'll go for my gig. Because when you love something, you make time for it. And so far, I think I'm just really thankful that I get to call so many things my career and be like, hey, I love doing these things and I get to do this for a living. What an amazing, amazing gift.
Right. But do you kind of find one more expressively, creatively more satisfying over the other?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think the performing arts lend beautifully to each other, and I think each medium kind of like contributes to the other. So when I'm on stage, say I'm doing a gig, performing music, very often theater comes into play. I create a persona on stage which will be theatrical. So I am using bits and bobs. Even in theater, invariably there's music that's used, or dance that's used. So I think no, there's not one that I prefer over the other, and I find there's such different crafts, even though they're kind of enmeshed in a way. Um, Even acting for stage and acting for cinema is so different. It's so different because like cinema is such a technical craft if you think about it. You're like, I have to catch this light, look over the camera, man's shoulder on the left, find my end mark here, keep my emotion, make eye contact, make sure everything is seeming authentic and it's not too over the top. There's a lot going on in your head, and a lot of faculties are kind of fired up at the same time for to be a able actor in front of the camera. And theater, on the other hand, is like you got that one shot, you're in front of a live audience, you got that one shot. There's no one calling cut, saying, okay, one more time, it's okay, we can take another take. So it's got its own adrenaline rush, But I think I love both of them immensely, and I can't choose.
But I think, coming from the theater background, this must have seemed like a breeze in comparison, with the cuts and
are you talking about cinema being a breeze in comparison? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, it's an uphill task. Cinema, in fact, I find maybe for me, actually, theater is easier because I was literally born on the stage. So, that's what I've been doing since I learned how to walk. So that was my natural habitat. So camera is something I had to acclimatize to. I didn't know it, it's like, it looks into your soul, the camera. You cannot lie to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I found it to be a totally different craft, and thus for me to learn it and to kind of whatever was a totally different journey than say theater.
Right. You're playing investigative journalism. So a lot of, actors talk about how they went through the prep and they met real journalists. What was your research like? Did you have to kind of go through?
No, I didn't. Absolutely, I didn't. I was given a very well drafted script, which created the whole world so beautifully around me. I don't want to ham and say, yeah, maine bada method kiya aur main, no. The idea eventually is to find the honesty within the character. That character you can place into any profession. I could be a chef I could be in a corporate office. The idea is to find the honesty of this character, ethos of this character. And that's really what happened here. The world was beautifully constructed around me. Everything else was fed to me. You're in a newsroom, you're in an office, there's, stringers, there are reporters, there's policemen, there's so much happening, there's your boss. You've created the world. Now I have to exist in that world in honesty. I think the book itself kind of gave you so much insight into the world of investigation. And outside of that, I did grow up around journalists. I did grow up around artists and journalists and, just intellectuals in general. And my parents' friends, a lot of them were journalists. So I did get to see journalists growing up. So whatever observation I made there about, they would hang out in the press club in Delhi, around the Constitution Club, a certain brand of cigarette they would smoke. There's a way of sitting. There's a way of talking. There's a certain look, the clothes they wore. There's a socialist kind of, center, moral center that they had. And, the truth at all costs. And so those are a few things that I did definitely borrow from my own observation of journalists. But I can't say I shadowed a journalist. That's not true. No.
Right. But anything about Maya that has stayed on with you, or anything about her that you wish you could imbibe in the real Sabha?
I think Maya is way more driven than I am. I thought I was driven, and then I read this character and I was like, wow, this chick is like all guns blazing. So I love that, actually, to have a passion about something you do. And I think, yeah, I definitely would say that that's one thing, that the passion that she has, the drive that she has for what she does is inspiring.
Right. What would you say is your core strength? I mean, I'm sure you've
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
Yeah, your core strength,
My core strength. As a human being or as an actor?
As a human being, as an actor, both, because, you have to, when you're tiding through the highs and lows in an industry like this, which can be very challenging.
I think nothing can keep me down. I think, honestly, I can rise out of anything, literally out of anything. And I think I've programmed my mind, and also I think all actors have programmed their minds to have really thick skin. Because actors go through daily rejection. You have to understand, for us to come to a place where we're like doing project after project, we went through years of rejection, years of being like, no, you don't fit the part, you don't look the part, you're not the right age, you're not the right look, it's every day. The assault on your ego, on your, on your insecurities is daily. So I think the one amazing thing that this profession's taught me is to have rhino skin. And I think, and that's one thing that's kind of, yeah, I can rise out of literally anything, and I'm fiercely independent. And I've been on my own in the city for around 16 years. I moved from my parents' place here, and I've been living alone. And I'm really happy to say that I've really enjoyed every bit of it. Every bit of it. I'm really thankful that I got to do what I love doing.
Amazing, amazing. Just a fun question, because since you're playing an investigative journalist, if you could kind of, go back in time, or, kind of maybe just interview any one personality over history, or uncover any mystery or conspiracy theory, like they say, and what would be the question you'd want to ask them?
Living or dead is fine, right?
Yeah, living or dead,
I think
either your choice.
I as a child read numerous books about Che Guevara, and so I really want to know what went through a man who left his own country to fight a revolution in another country against the most cruel imperial forces. And I would love an evening to sit with Che Guevara and talk to him. He's one of my heroes. Incredible.
Wow, we'd love to read that interview for sure whenever. That would have made for a really interesting conversation. But thank you so much, Sabha. It's been lovely talking to you.